What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Dom, back here with another video, man. Another reaction, man. And we're gonna react to Ncaa reacting to the how to do recruiting stuff for Dynasty and stuff. So this is gonna pretty much tell us how to do the recruiting, how to get like recruits, and see what you got to do for your recruits. Like, I don't know, but we're gonna have to tune in the video and watch it, man. But if you boys are new to the channel, man, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and leave a comment down below for me if you boys are hyped for Ncaa 25, man, because you know me, I'm hyped. Woo! But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be doing some dynasties in NCAA. We're gonna be doing some Road to Glory, some playing out online head to head, man. We're gonna be going crazy into NCAA 25, man. But you know what I'm saying, I'll stop talking so you guys can get to this video. But I'll catch y'all boys when the video starts. Peace.
Week. All right, guys, so let's talk about Dynasty and recruiting in particular, because there was a lot that we actually got to see from Not the Expert. For those of you guys that are not already familiar with him, make sure you guys go ahead and check him out. I'm going to leave a link down below in the comment section to his channel. I asked him if it was cool if I took some screenshots from his video, which I highly recommend you guys go ahead and check it out. He did showcase gameplay in there, Dynasty, and recruiting as well. It's a extremely long video, but make sure you guys go ahead and check it out because he showed a lot. So make sure you guys please go ahead and check out his channel down below. But he was able to actually go ahead and showcase a lot to do with Dynasty and recruiting in his early video, which I will say this, obviously we know a lot of information thanks to the Dynasty deep dive they actually did, and especially with recruiting, but we actually got to see a lot of it live in action, and there was something pretty crazy that happened in this video that I do want to talk about, because I've seen a lot of people actually talking about recruiting and how it may be just too easy in College Football 25, and I don't necessarily think that's the case. But starting off, for those guys that don't know, when you do go ahead and go into Dynasty, if you decide to go ahead and make your own coach, well, you can see right here, there are 3 different things you can choose: motivator, tactician, and recruiter. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I personally recommend you do recruiter, because obviously when it comes to Dynasty and rebuilds, which I will let you guys know, I've ran some polls over on Twitter, interacting with you guys, but if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys do so. First team that personally I'm going to be rebuilding and doing a rebuild series on is Boise State, which I'm super...
Alright, chat, I'm not gonna lie, man. From the poll, what it's looking like, man, our first online dynasty is Kansas, bruh. I am hyped for Kansas, bruh. We got a couple good weapons, bro. They got that Jelon Daniels, I think the QB's name is, and Kevin Neal, I think that's what the running back's name is. And they got a corner that's nasty too, Kobe Bryant, bro. He's a dog too, bro. So the Jayhawks one's gonna be fun, bro. But I think for my second online dynasty, I'm gonna do Miami, the Miami Hurricanes. That's gonna be a fun one with Cam Ward, Xavier Reese-Post, Damian Martinez that just got transferred to there, bro. They're gonna be a high-powered offense. That offense is gonna be fun too, man. But let me know in the comments, man, which team you guys are gonna use first for your dynasty. But let's get back in the video. Let me be quiet.
Pretty excited about, but I am definitely gonna do a new coach and go with recruiter, and that is something big that you will see later on here. Is because Drew actually went ahead and chose recruiter here. This is why I think he was able to do what he was able to do. But recruiters, you scout faster and recruit better than any type of coach. Now, as you guys can see, a couple of big things here. Pipeline, that is pretty big. Having that pipeline to go ahead and get recruits from certain areas. I feel like obviously Florida is a big one, and Atlanta is another very big one that you probably want to set like your pipeline as, so you can go ahead and get a lot of like the big name recruits. Texas, of course, as well, has a lot of 4-star, 5-star recruits going to help you. The thing is, though, when you're starting off as, you know, a lower overall school, right, a 1-star school, well, it's going to be kind of hard to get those big players. Now, this is also something that I do want to talk to you guys about, is these coach abilities, and there's a lot of different coach abilities, but being a recruiter, it's definitely going to help you get a lot of those new recruits. Now, maybe not so much with the 4 stars and 5 stars. Drew actually did say in his video that for the majority of rebuilds that he's done so far, which I believe he has likely done a couple, 2 to 3 4 stars is basically the most he was able to get at any time in the first year of a rebuild. Now, being a recruiter, you can see there are different abilities you're going to be able to get, right? O-linemen, quarterbacks, halfbacks, receivers. You're going to be able to recruit those specific positions a little bit easier when you use your skill points on that. As you guys can see right here, quarterbacks take less time to fully scout. Now, here we have the recruiting board, and this is actually the preseason, right? So the preseason, if you look in the top right, you have 35 scholarships to offer, 35 players you can target, and you have 450 hours to spend on recruiting. Now, during the season, it's less less hours that you have, and obviously to go ahead and recruit players, it takes hours, right? As you can see right here, you can also see your team needs. QB, halfback, fullback, everything that there are, and not even a fullback actually on the roster. Here is the prospect list, which does showcase a lot, right? Their hometown, which is going to be big because your pipeline, right? Your pipeline is really big to try to go and get these players. You can see right here, the hometown is Georgia, which Drew did actually set his pipeline there, I do believe, to Georgia. I think he actually did Atlanta in particular. Then you can see their top schools, the influence, and exactly how close they are to actually choosing those teams. Then you can see the recommended right there. And if you take a look on the left, the green dot means that they are actually interested in coming to your school, whereas the other filter right here, those players, they're not even interested at all. Now, if you take a look at the bottom right here on Daniel Cohn, you can already see that Ncaa State is actually his number 3 school already that he would potentially be interested in going to. In terms of offers, he doesn't have an offer from any single school. So when you're looking at that, if you have a team that is close to you, which is one thing that Drew did talk about with recruiting, 2 major things: playing time and also close to home. If you are close to them, if you have a pipeline that is close to them, and on top of that, if you also have a lot of playing time open for that particular position, meaning you don't have many other players that you are maybe targeting to go ahead and try to recruit, if you don't have very good QBs already on your roster, and you are a lower school, well, you're going to have that. And that is really big because of deal breakers. As you guys can see with certain players, like Matthew Vick right here, deal breaker, pro potential, you have a C rating with Ncaa State, whereas he needs a B-. You're just not going to be able to get that done. Proximity to home is one right here. You can see with Mike Tatum, this is a 5-star recruit who currently doesn't have any offers, but you can see the deal breaker proximity to home. Well, you have a B+ and he needs a B-. So you can potentially try to go for that. But I really feel like, and Drew also mentioned this, when it comes to trying to get these players, going for 5 stars is really tough. You're going to have to go all in on those 5 stars, those 4 stars, especially starting off as a lower school here. You can see the deal breaker right there. And then as you can see, playing time, the deal breaker is a D+ what you currently have, whereas he needs a B-. The reason for that is you have all of these QBs that Drew was actually trying to go ahead and recruit. When he takes them all off right here, the deal breaker is gone and you're good to go ahead and try to scout the player. Now, with scouting the players here, you can see you're going to have to spend time to do so, and depending on the type of coach you are and also the abilities that you have, like Drew did spend some on QB to make it a little bit easier because obviously it's a major position. You're going to have more hours to recruit that specific position, and it's also going to be easier to do so. Now, when you scout, you're going to see ratings, abilities, and also mentals you're going to be able to see on them, but you won't be able to see their overall rating. However, as you guys can see, as you continue to go through and scout different players, here there is a 5-star with Arthur Quick. When you go ahead and scout them, which you can see Drew did 100% of the scouting, you can see everything on the player right here, the abilities, the stats on him, the mental, and then also you see the green little gem right there. That means he's a gem. He's a great player. Now, if you have a 4-star player, let's say, that also pops up as a gem, they're really more like a 5-star player. Now, if you get a 5-star player that it shows is a bust, they're really like a 4-star player. Now, of course, with a player like Arthur Quick, it's going to be really hard to go ahead and get him because take a look at all the schools currently that are very high on his interest, and yeah, a lot of top schools, right? So that's going to be very hard, but Drew decided to try to get him. As you can see, he did offer him a scholarship. Here we have somebody with 100 speed, which is another big thing that I've been seeing people talk about here is the 100 speed that popped up here. Is that truly a thing, or is it just a bug?
100 speed? Oh, hell nah, bro. If I play somebody and somebody gets this guy with 100 speed and a 96 throw power, yeah, I'm cooked, bro. I'm cooked. I'm done, bro. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do, because if you try QB contain, motherfucker's just gonna run around, beep, touchdown, touchdown. Oh my god, bro, this is gonna be toxic. Oh, QB contains are not terrible like they were in 14.
I don't know. And when you have a player like this, though, that is a 4-star, as I said, it's going to be hard to go ahead and get these players, but especially so, and you'll see this as we continue on, if you manage to have very particular things with 4 stars and maybe even 5-star recruits, guys, then you will be able to land some of these guys if you have exactly what they are looking for in terms of playtime, close to home, and maybe a little bit of luck. Getting into here, guys, you can see they are finally into the season, and there's only 350 hours now to spend on players instead of 450, so you really have to narrow down which guys you're going to try to go for. Now, if you take a look at the right, just offering a scholarship to the players is going, of course, to influence them, right? You can see right there 2 ticks on the influence for a scholarship offering. You can see right here that Georgia also did offer Kenan Baker right here. We also have Tennessee and South Carolina as well did offer him. Now, as you can see, certain things you can do, but it's going to take more hours. Again, searching the social media will give you 1 tick for maximum influence, and it only costs you 5 hours, whereas Demon the Player gives you 2. That costs 10. Contact the friends and family. That costs 25 hours, and again, you can't spend all of your hours.
Okay, hold up. If I ever see a QB with 100 speed, bro, I'm DMing him. Tell him, whatever you want, you get, buddy. Cause you're the most OP guy I know. Bro, if you want, shit, you want me to fly you to fucking Paris? Your ass go to Paris the next day. The next day. The next day, man. Oh my God, bro. If I, bro, for sure, bro. You do whatever you want. You want me to give you a strip club? You know, how much money you want? You want $1 million? You can have $1 million. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all. You can have it. I'll go poor. I need you. I need you to carry. All right, let's get back to the video.
Hours on one particular player, right? You can see in the top right there, 50, 0 to 50. You only have 50 hours to spend on this particular player, and you can send the house and spend all 50 if you want to get 4 ticks for maximum influence. But again, it may not work out for you. As you guys can see right here on the recruiting board, some teams instantly will let you know, some players anyways, you can just see you're locked out. You're not going to be able to go ahead and get them. Here again with Baker, you have now moved into number 4 on trying to get him. And with some other players, if they don't end up getting an offer, you may get kind of lucky. You can see right here, this is the number 4 ranked center recruit. No other teams actually offered him a scholarship, whereas you did. You're number 1 to get him. And if you take a look at the bottom right, the deal breaker, proximity to home, needs a B-. You have an A. Now, Drew did go ahead and play a game, which didn't go so well for him because it was versus Georgia, but even just from playing the game right there, you can see that he did go ahead and actually level up his coach. In the top right, you can see he has 10 skill points to use, and of course, he's going to try to go all in on that QB, which he does. Now, also, based on who your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinators are, which you can hire new ones as well, if you have good recruiting offensive coordinators that maybe also have their skill points in QB, well, that's going to help stack and allow you to get some other great players like 4 and 5 stars, which, again, we'll get into why I keep kind of repeating that there, because, again, I've seen a lot of controversy around this. You can see it right here. The offensive coordinator does have 2 out of 4 for the passing game, and, again, Drew already used some of his skill points as well on the QB, and you can see right here, you can also go ahead, schedule a visit, which will help you or hurt you depending on if you win or lose and how hard of an opponent it was. Now with Baker, you can see that Drew actually did quite a lot. He offered him a scholarship, he scouted him 100%, he even did a little bit more than just that, and at the end of it, it didn't work out. He got locked out. Obviously, when those big schools come, yeah, sometimes you're just not going to get the player if you're a lower overall school. Now, with a Logan Wisnowski, though, this is pretty incredible here. And Drew was actually number 1 on his overview. As you guys can see right here, offered him a scholarship. Also, they pitched him that he is a hometown hero with a hard sell and got 5 influence. Not just that, but Drew also has the deal breakers. He is a recruiter, right? And he was also in the QB. And the offensive coordinator also helped him with that. So this is where I've seen a lot of people saying that, hey, maybe recruiting is actually way too easy in college football 25 because very first season landed a 5-star commit. Now, I do want to say this, Bordeaux, who also has had early access to the game, did comment on this as well. As I said, a lot of people have been talking about this, and he mentioned that 4- and 5-star recruits are very, very hard to come by. But Drew was able to get very, very lucky, and a lot of the players you're even locked out of. And it just happened that the things that Logan Wisnowski wanted just lined up perfectly with Kennesaw State, and he was able to go ahead and get him. So I personally don't feel like recruiting is too easy in college football 25. I just feel like sometimes you can get a little bit of Zerk luck, right? Not only that, he was also able to get a 4-star center, the number 4 center in the nation, and also get a 4-star wide receiver as part of the recruitment there. So I did want to talk about some of the recruiting, kind of break down a little bit of it and talk about some things that you have the capabilities to get, and in general, give my opinion on if I think it's too easy. I don't think it is. I think he just got super, super lucky with everything going on and was able to land a top QB, able to land a very, very top center that didn't even have any other offers, which is just insane, and a very good wide receiver as well as a part of this week of recruiting, which he was able to land some other lower star recruits as well. But with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Let me know down below what you guys think.
Alright, chat, man, that's gonna be the end of the video, man. If you boys are new to the channel, man, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below, man, if you boys are excited for NCAA 25, man. But your boy Don, man, I'll catch y'all boys in tomorrow. I'll catch you boys in the next stream tomorrow. Well, tonight, actually, you'll see the video on Saturday, July 14th. But I'll catch y'all boys in the stream later that night at like 9 o'clock. So I'll catch y'all boys later. Have a good day, boys. Hey.